Well,
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the virtual college exploration for all Ohio students, sponsored by the Ohio Association for College Admissions Counseling and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at oacac.org. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, oacac.org. I will now turn it over to your presenter today from Defiance College.
hello everyone. I hope everyone's having a great afternoon. It's nice and sunny out. My name is Brian Mestre, by the way, and I'm an admissions counselor here at Defiance College. And I'm more than happy to, once we get wrapped up with the presentation and everything, more than happy to answer questions. I'll answer questions as we go too. You can go ahead and type it in the chat box and everything, and I'll make sure to get to it as fast as possible. But welcome, and let's get started. So, real quick about Defiance College, some fast facts. Our mission statement: we stand by to know, to understand, to lead, and to serve. Realistically, our biggest one is to serve, and that basically entails a bunch of community service. A lot of our students here are involved in some sort of service, and we do have scholarships that partner with the service that we do here and whatnot. As far as student
Brian.
population, more or less about 500 students go here, and as well as 65% of traditional students live on campus.
And Brian, real quick here, if you wanted to share your screen, you haven't shared your screen yet.
That's it says I'm sharing right now. Is it a blue line?
No, we don't see anything, just you right now. So you'll need to click the green
Oh,
button.
okay. Hold on. It doesn't let me. It says these settings are locked by your admin.
Okay. Try it now by hitting share screen, the green button that you see at the bottom.
Yep. Share now. Can you see my screen now, or?
Yes, it is there now.
I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. So we're good now. Okay. So as I was saying, real quick, these are the Defiance College fast facts. I won't go over the mission statement again or anything like that. But as you see, it's to know, to understand, to lead, and to serve. Student population is 500 students, and then more than 65% of our students live on campus. Now, as far as inside of the classroom, we do have a student to faculty ratio of 11 to 1, and that's huge, right? I mean, if you're wanting to look for an institution that you can go ahead and have that one on one conversation with a professor, Defiance College is definitely that for you. As far as classroom size, 15 students are basically the average class size. I went here, I actually graduated from Defiance College, undergraduate and graduate degree, so I know very well that the small class sizes are legit. And like it says down low, right underneath that, relationships, engagement, and support. We're here to build relationships, engage with you, and support you throughout your college career. And as far as employment overview, we do have a 97% job placement rate. And as you see, I won't go too into detail of that, but it says 2019 graduates are employed, attending graduate and professional school, serving in the military full time, or performing community service full time. Next, about Defiance College as far as athletics go, these are our men's and women's sports. You can definitely check out more on the website and the link up there, and I'll go ahead and put that in the chat once I get a chance. But we are a Division III college. What does this mean? This means that we cannot give athletic scholarships, and we do compete in the HCAC, which is the Harlan Collegiate Athletic Conference. And so, as far as the sports go, we have baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, soccer, tennis, track and field, and wrestling for men's sports. Women's, we have basketball, cross country, golf, soccer, tennis, track and field, and volleyball. And then we recently just added in cheer dance for co-ed sports and esports. Both you have the opportunity to do so and have a scholarship for that as well. Now, as far as academic programs, we have 32 majors, 8 minors. We have pre-professional programs such as the ones listed. Biggest one is pre-dentistry, pre-law. We have 4 accredited programs and majors. Our nursing 1-to-1 is one of our most popular programs here at Defiance College. You would basically go 1 year here, then 2 years are at our partnered school, which would be Northwest State Community College. And then you would finish and come back that last year and finish out your main courses. We have the RN to BSN online. We have our business program that's also accredited, teacher education program, and social work. And then our two graduate programs are the MBA and the MAE. Now, the question is, how do you apply? So as far as the application goes, it's really simple. It may take no longer than 5 minutes, give or take. You would apply online for free at the link that's listed right there at www.defiance.edu/apply, or you can do it through the commonapp.org. And if you had troubles or anything like that trying to apply, you can most certainly reach out to Defiance College and we can, guide you step by step along the way. And so once you apply and the next steps and everything like that, the first things first, you would apply. You would then get notifications and confirmation email as far as your application goes and the next steps. We would then need your official high school transcripts and your test scores. Due to COVID and everything like that, we have waived certain test score requirements for certain majors. However, we still do require it for nursing, biology, and education in all of our pre-professional programs. So if you're interested in those particular majors, you will need a test score. Now, official ACT, SAT test scores, test optional for 2021 year. This is all due to COVID. So, but in between those steps, you want to make sure that you file for financial aid that already opened up for everybody nationally in October 1st. You will just go to FAFSA.gov or studentaid.gov and you will go ahead and apply for financial aid. That is if you are wanting to apply for financial aid. Now, once you're going through the process and you meet all the academic thresholds, you would then get accepted. You would receive a call from one of our admissions counselors, and it would basically be a conversation as to what the next step is. And we would then say, hey, this is what you've got going on. We see you've got your FAFSA, so is there a time we can schedule it so that we can go ahead and go over the out-of-pocket expense? And I want to make this very clear. It's an estimated out-of-pocket expense. It'll be a price as close as we can get to as far as the raw price of the college. And it's basically, it depends on a lot of factors, right? I mean, household income, grades, and stuff like that all play factors into the amount of aid that you receive. Once if you're a student athlete, if you like the athletic programs and you're comfortable with the coaches that you've been talking to and you like the atmosphere and everything, that would be awesome. You'd let us know. You would submit your deposit. It's a $150 enrollment deposit. Once you do that, you would then schedule new student orientation. And once you do that, you would schedule classes and you would basically be unofficial Defiance College Yellow Jacket. As far as non-athletes, it's basically straightforward. If you like the academic programs and all the programs that Defiance College has to offer you, you would absolutely go ahead and go through with it. And same thing, you would submit your $150 enrollment deposit. And once that's done, you will do new student orientation and you will go ahead and schedule classes, and then that's it. So as of right now, we've already had our first preview day. Our next virtual preview day would be November 7th, which is this weekend. If you're interested in that, the link is right underneath. The visit day is right on top. If you want to be, if you want to come visit on campus, or if you just want to be a part of the virtual preview day, you can go ahead and do so. But right here are the dates listed of the next upcoming events. So you got December 5th, 2020, which is Accept the Student Day. You got the next virtual preview day, which would be January 23rd. February 20th would be another accepted student day, and then another virtual preview day on March the 13th of 2021. And then our final event would be another accepted student day on April 24th. Now, as far as cost of attendance for the 2020-2021 year or academic year, these are just the different prices. Tuition as of right now is $33,150. It's the same for on-campus and off-campus living, so that doesn't change. Room and board is $10,614. That doesn't change. Now, if you're a commuter, that obviously does not apply to you. So you would just look at the $33,150 as far as tuition goes. As far as residential student fees, it depends. But 760 is basically the amount you're going to look at as far as fees that you have to pay out of pocket as far as an athletic fee, because you do have to pay an athletic fee as far as insurance goes. You would also have to take into account whatever academic resources you may need or anything like that. You do have to, there is a parking fee of $60. That's for all students, and it's only billed in the fall semester. And after that, you won't have to worry about it anymore. So if you're wondering if, as a freshman, you can bring your vehicle to campus, you absolutely can. And as I stated earlier, there's an athletic fee of $200, and it says estimated because it changes from year to year. So there's that. But as far as an overall general price for residential students, you're looking at $44,524. And then for a commuter, it would be $33,910. And then right underneath where it says other indirect costs, books and supplies. So when we as admissions counselor, when we go over your financial aid award letter, we want to make sure that you guys understand that books and supplies are not part of it. Those are, that will not be paid by the federal government or anything like that. That is money that would have to come straight out of your pocket. Now, as far as transportation, that just simply means whether it be gas or if you're taking a bus or anything like that. That's basically what that is. But in a nutshell, that is what you're looking at as far as tuition and room and board. So these are just a few of our scholarships, and they range and they're based off of GPA and test score. As of right now, our Dean Scholarship, as you can see, it's based off of a 3.5, 4.0 scale. So that means as long as your GPA falls within that range, that you will qualify for this, and then as well as a composite of a 25 or new SAT combined score of 1,200, which would then give you the $21,000. You've got the one underneath that, which is the Pilgrim Scholarship. As you see, it's a high school GPA of 3.2 to 4.0, and ACT composite of 24 or new SAT combined score of 1160. That would give you $19,000. Right after that would be the Trustee 2.8 to 4.0, which means as long as you have right around the 2.8, you will be able to get it, but you would also have to score a composite of a 21 or a new SAT combined score of a 1060. So that would be $17,000. And as you go down the chart, it'll reflect as far as GPA and test score. So as you see the next one underneath that, not as high of a GPA, but you're still going to get some money. You would need a 18 or a new SAT combined score of 940, which would mean that would give you $15,000. And then you've got the merit-based merit scholarship, which it's basically anything underneath a 2.5. So as you see, a 2.49, and then an 18 or new SAT combined of 940. So that one stays the same as far as the same test score for the achievement scholarship, but you would only get $13,000. Now, these are all renewable for the 4 years that you're here. So if you're wondering about that, there you go. Now, these are just some of our other scholarships and grants. You got the Music Talent Award, which is $1,500. That is just based off of your ability to play either an instrument, sing, or do anything required within the band or choir. You've got the Computer Science Grant. That one's $1,500. You would have to go through an interview process as far as attaining that grant. You've got the Service Leadership Award, and that is all based off of community service. You will do roughly about anywhere from 200 to 400 hours in your time, and that's basically what you have to meet. You have the Northwest Ohio Residential Grant, which is $2,000, and that's, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You would get that grant based off of your where you live. So as far as Northwest Ohio, and if I'm not mistaken, you would have to live on campus for it. But as also, if you are again a Northwest Ohio residential, you would also get the grant. You've got the esports scholarship, and as I mentioned before, this is the scholarship I was talking about as far as esports. That scholarship right there, you would have to apply for it. You would then go through an interview process with the esports coach and go through whatever trial he may have. You have the Discover Defiance grant, and that is $1,000 renewable grant that you will be given once you come over and visit the campus or do a virtual visit right now due to COVID. And then for transfers, it's a little different. It goes, and it actually got updated just recently, so my apologies, but the transfer award ranges from 12,000 to 16,000. You got the marching arts scholarship. That's for the marching band, which is a $1,500 scholarship. You've got the alumni legacy award. So this award is basically based off of whether your parents or whomever your legal guardian is had attended Defiance and graduated from here. So you will get that grant. And then, as I stated before, the cheer and dance scholarship, that's $1,000 grant, so long as you're part of the cheer and dance team. And we do have a United Church of Christ, grant, which would be, since it's affiliated with the church that we have here on campus, you would then, if you are into the religious studies and everything like that, you would then get this grant. And then we have the Richard W. Strode Scholarship. That one's based off of excellent music talents, per se. And you would get a $2,000 grant off of that. Now, as far as national recognition and why a small college such as Defiance College has so much recognition is due to the connections we make, the different business fairs and different fairs that we go to as a college. We have the very first one is the President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll. Right after that, you have the U.S. News and World Report's Best Colleges. We also have national recognition with Colleges with a Conscience. We are definitely a military-friendly school. We do have a veterans program here on campus for whomever has served or who is serving right now. And then we have the fifth one, which is colleges of distinction. So that's pretty cool. I mean, there's not much more to say about that, though. And then these are just some of the, as far as service learning and some of the stuff that's here on campus for you to be a part of, and programs to basically, if you're interested to partake in. Our most popular program that we have right now is the McMaster School for Advancing Humanity. It's got a 96% retention rate, 100% of the graduation rate, 100% graduation rate of students who are retained graduate within the 4 years. So every single person who has done this program has graduated. We have 300 plus community partners in that program, 11 products in different countries. One of the countries that a lot of the students that do travel with this program, they've gone to France, Cambodia, Belize, and a few other countries from around the world, really. They do roughly about 25,000 hours of service in their time. And what's really cool about this program is it serves as a catalyst for innovative and interdisciplinary community-based work. And it creates and supports opportunities for teams, faculty, students, and staff to use their academic professional skills to address the community needs. So basically, long story short, this program is built to, one, bolster up your resume, two, to give you a once in a lifetime experience, and to basically, give you a chance to see what skills you have and see how you can apply it in other communities. This program is pretty cool too because it's actually free and funded by the McMasters. With that being said, all you would have to provide is a passport. You would have to buy that if you don't already have one, and you would also have to take whatever shots or anything like that if you're going to a different country. Now, as far as other programs, you've got Backpack Buddies, and what they do is they basically pack lunches for those less fortunate kids in the local communities, whether that be high schoolers, middle schoolers, or elementary school students. You've got the Defiance College dance marathon with Buzzathon, and what they do is basically raise money for a lot of the local community high schools and everything like that. You've got the Op Shop, which they are paired with Project 701, and you've got all the other programs right down there. Now, what Project 701 is, it's student run, it's a nonprofit organization that is done on campus, and it's a great way to get involved. You get to develop a service or business directly related to your area of study. So regardless of what your major is, you get to do whatever your major entails, and you get to basically implement it into this project. And what's cool too, it provides a structure to design, implement, and manage projects that impact community needs. But that's basically the all of our programs, not all of our programs, but the majority of them. And there's many more. If you wanted to, as a student, you can start your own program. You would just have to run it through the right chain of command and everything like that. Now, as far as academic support and success and everything like that, that's in place here for you to succeed academically and with your career goals. We have the advising, or excuse me, we have advising. You got our faculty and staff. You have your coaches if you're an athlete. As far as career development, we have the Institute of Career Readiness here on campus, and that's located in our library. But what they basically do is, as soon as you come in as a freshman, you're already thinking about resume workshops and reviews, interviewing, and you're going to have a 4-year plan development and internship placement. Then you'll also have, as far as academic support, you're going to have free tutoring, whether that be reading, writing, math, or anything that has to do with the major that you're a part of. You're going to have academic skill workshops, free writing consultants, one-on-one academic counseling, and peer tutoring. What peer tutoring is basically if you and I are in the same classroom and I or you excel more in that classroom and have the highest grade, you can then go ahead and be a peer tutor and tutor the students, because there are times in a college setting or in a college, in a classroom where you may not understand the terminology of professors utilizing, but a student may have grasped the content better than you have. So he or she can go ahead and teach you what's going on. As far as a first year experience course, every single freshman has to do this. It's FYE 100, and it's college engagement seminar, and it's designed for first year students to successfully engage in college life, including both the academic and social arenas. So that's basically what we have as far as support and success, and how we structure everything for our students to be successful and young professionals by the time they get out. And as far as outcomes and internship opportunities, these are just some of the few local organizations that we've worked with and that we've sent our students to, basically once they graduate, and where they have opportunities to go to. So you have First Federal Bank, the Fort County Career Center, the Cleveland Indians. You've got the Ohio Patrol Center. You got the Defiance Bulldogs. You've got the National American Space Association, and you've got the Cleveland Clinic. And these are just some of the small internship opportunities that you're able to have, which can then lead to a career. One of my former teammates that I played football with, he had a great internship opportunity with the Cleveland Indians, and lo and behold, before he even graduated, he was offered a job within the events and facilities within the Cleveland Indians. So that's pretty cool. But these are just some of the few, basically, or like I said, organizations that we've worked with and that have had in contact with all of our students and everything like that. Now, this is the conclusion, or this will conclude my presentation today. Again, my name is Brian Mestre, admissions counselor here at Defiance College. My cell phone is 419-956-1230, and then my email is right underneath that, which is bmestre@defiance.edu. I'm open to any questions if anyone has any questions, but I'll be here and just ready for you to answer any questions, okay? Can you hear me?
Thank you, Brian, and thank you everyone for joining us. When you close this window, participants, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Not seeing any questions come in. So also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted. So be sure to sign up for additional sessions at oacac.org. Again, want to remind you that in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other session recordings at oacac.org. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending, and have a great day.
Thank you, everybody. Take care.